Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 24 of a 25-part series of tutorials on creating presentations using Microsoft PowerPoint. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how to create notes or notes pages and handouts. My name is Meme JM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. You can print your presentation in the form of handouts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 9 slides on a page that your audience can use for future reference. Print Preview allows you to select a type of layout for your handout and to see exactly what the printed version will look like. You can also apply preview and edit headers and footers, such as page numbers. Layout options include landscape or portrait orientation. In the one slide per page layout, you can apply headers and footers to the handout only and not on the slides if you don't want header and footer text, date, or slide numbers appearing on the slides. If you want to change the look, the position, and the size of the header and the footer text, date, or page number on your handouts, make the changes to the handout master to include a name or a logo that should appear on every page of the handout and it to the master. Changes you make the handout master also appear when you print an outline. You can always type and format your notes as you work in normal view. To see how your notes will print and to see the full effect of your text formatting, such as font colors, switch to print preview. You can also check and change your notes headers and footers in print preview. You can print the notes as notes pages and use them either as notes to yourself when you give your presentation, or if they are notes you intend for your audience, hand them out to your company or to accompany your slideshow presentation. If they are notes you intend for your audience, hand them out to accompany your slideshow presentation. If you want to enlarge, reposition, or format the slide image area or notes area, go to Notes Page View and make the changes. Each notes page shows a small version of the slide and the notes that go with the slide. In Notes Page View, you can embellish your notes with charts, pictures, tables, or other illustrations. A picture or object that you add in Notes Page View will appear on your printed notes page, but not in normal view. If you save your presentation as a web page, the picture or object does not appear when you display your presentation in the web browser, though your notes do. The changes, additions, and deletions you make on the notes page apply only to that notes page and the note text in normal view. To have your notes apply to all notes pages in the presentation, change the notes master. For example, to put a company logo or other piece of art on all your notes pages, add it to the notes master. Or if you want to change the font style used for notes, change it on the notes master. You can change the look and the position of the slide area, notes area, headers, footers, page number, and date. If you save your presentation as a web page, your notes automatically display. Slide titles become a table of contents in the presentation, and your slide notes appear beneath each slide. Your notes can fill the role of the speaker, giving your audience the background and details that a speaker would provide during a live presentation. If you don't want your notes to display in the web page, you can turn them off before you save the file as a web page. To create your notes in a presentation, for each slide, you do the following. So, to see how your presentation will look like when printed out with notes, you can always click on the View menu and select on Notes page. Each page can have one slide and the speaker notes. Therefore, to create presentation notes for your presentation or to create notes for your presentation, you click on the View menu and select Notes page. In the Notes pane, you type your notes for the current slide. To navigate between the slides as you add your notes to the Notes pane, click on the previous slide or next slide scroll button to move from one slide to another as you add your notes per slide. You can then click on View menu, then Normal View to go back to your presentation. Note, if your text exceeds the size of the placeholder on the Notes page, Microsoft PowerPoint reduces the font size and line spacing incrementally as you type to make the text fit. Tips. To see more of the Notes pane, point the top border of the Notes pane until the pointer becomes a double-handed arrow, and then drag the border. To see the formatting and layout of your printed notes, click Print Preview on the Quick Access toolbar. If Print Preview is not displayed, you can click on the arrow for Customize Quick Access toolbar from the Quick Access toolbar and then click on it. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to create your notes for each slide in a presentation called Introduction to Emily Swap. So for us to be able to make our notes for our slides for this presentation, what we need to do is to click on the View menu and then click on Notes page. If you want to make or to add some notes that cut across all the pages or slides, we need to click on Notes Master. So let me click on Notes page. Now, this view is the Notes page view. If I want to see, or if I want to add some text for my first slide, I can click on this part here. Remember, you can also be able to increase the view for your notes by clicking on Zoom. And then, for example, I can click on 100% and click OK. That will enable me to be able to have a clear view of my slides. Then add my notes. For example, for the first slide, I can click there. And then I can type, for example, something like this slide contains a title for my presentation. So that can be notes for my first slide. To go to the next slide, I can click on this button here on the vertical scroll bar, and then I can click like that. I can even click outside there, and then I can click this button on next slide. So let me click on next slide. This is our next slide. I can add some notes like this is a table of contents to various custom shows. Then I can click on the navigation button for next slide, this button here. And then I can continue adding my comments like that all the way. If I want to go back to the previous slide, I can click on this button on my right-hand side screen at the bottom of that screen. So I can click that button to go back. Then I can click the next slide as I add my comments all the way to my last slide. That way, as I add my comments, or as I not just comments, but as I add my notes. Once I am done, if I want to see how my notes look like, I can click on Print Preview from the Quick Access toolbar. This is the Quick Access toolbar. If the Print Preview is not displayed, you just come and click it here. Now you can see I have removed it. If I want it to be displayed, I just need to click on this button under the Quick Access toolbar and click Print Preview and print. You can see this is the button for Print Preview. So I can click on Print Preview button that way. Now, this is our slide. This is our presentation. If I want to go to the first slide, I can click on this button below on my screen. That is the navigation button for each slide. So I can click back, 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 that way. So that's how you can preview your notes or your slides in your presentation. So simply to add the notes, you just click or just scroll to each slide using the scroll bars or the navigation buttons for next slide or previous slides, and then you type your notes. You can also make changes to your notes from your notes pages view. So how do you make changes? Now, the changes that you might want to make on the notes page may include resizing and repositioning the slide and notes areas and adding, for example, a piece of art. To change a single notes page, you do the following. You click on the View menu and select Notes page. Then you make your changes. To return to normal view, in the lower left of the Microsoft PowerPoint window, you click on Normal View. The following is a demonstration on how to make changes to a single notes page in the presentation called Introduction to Emily Swap. So for example, in this presentation, I added some comments or some notes for my first slide. Like here I said that this slide contains the title for my presentation. I may want, for example, to select this text. I may want to select this text that way and make it bold. I may also assign to underline it that way and also add some extra text or even a picture. For example, I may click on Insert and then click on Pictures and choose a picture like this one and click Insert. And then I can minimize it that way and add it there. And then I can, for example, type this is Emily Swap. So that is called editing. That is called editing. And you can save your notes that way. And you can do this across or the pages. So you can always click on next slide or a previous slide to move across the slides. You can see that that change has only been applied to the first slide. And that's how you make the changes to the notes page for a single slide in your presentation. However, you can also make changes globally to your entire sets of notes pages. To do that, you click on the View menu, then click on Notes Master. Make your changes, such as handouts and footers, background, etc. Then click on Close Master View. Once done, tip: to see how your notes will look when they print, on the Print Preview from the Quick Access toolbar, you can click on the Print Preview. Now, the following is a demonstration on how to make global changes to your notes pages in a presentation called Introduction to MLSwap. So what we need to do is we need to click on View menu and then click this time round on Notes Master. So you click on Notes Master that way. Once you have clicked on Notes Master, you can make the changes or the format. You can now bring in the formatting that you want. For example, I may want to change the color for my notes or for the background. So I can click, for example, on background colors. Then I can format or click on format and choose a color like that, or like this one. And then I can click on apply to all. I can also make a change. For example, I may want to edit my styles, edit master styles. So I can select on that level or that heading or that level of text. And then I can choose a certain color. For example, I can click on home and this time round, I choose blue. Make it bold. And I can continue that way for my notes. I can even select it that way and then underline. What would happen if I include a picture here? If I want them to include a picture on the notes, what would I do? Let me, for example, click on Insert Picture. And then I can click on that. And then I click Insert. And then I can resize it. But the question now is, do you think that this picture will appear on my notes or not? Now, once you have made such changes, you can then click on Save button and click on Close Master View that way. If I browse across my master or across my notes pages, let me click on Apply to All first. If I click on the View menu and then I click, or if I click on the View menu, then I click on Notes page, and then I scroll. Let's see whether we shall see the changes. You see, these are our slides, and you can see that every notes page has this picture included, this one here, and also the heading. So you see, so we have already made global changes to my notes pages, and you can see all my notes pages have a picture now. This picture here, this one. So you can see when I click on every notes page, that picture is there and at the same position. If I click on previous slide, you can see slide number 14, slide number 13, etc. And my picture is still in place. Another activity we can undertake using our notes pages is to change the layout for all notes. To change the layout for all notes, you click on the View menu and select Notes Master. Then you do the following. To resize a placeholder, you click the placeholder or slide area if that's what you want to change. Point to a sizing handle, and when the pointer becomes a two-headed arrow, you drag the handle. To reposition the placeholder, click the placeholder or slide area if that's what you want to change. And when the pointer becomes a four-headed arrow, drag the placeholder to a new position. To delete a placeholder, click the placeholder and then press delete. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to change the layout for all the notes in a presentation by the name Introduction to MLSwap. So while we are in our presentation, to go to the notes page or master page, notes master page, we click on the View menu, and then we can click on Notes Master. So let me click on Notes Master. Once we are here, we can, for example, adjust the placeholder for our slide. For example, I can click on this placeholder and then, for example, resize it. Let me make it a little bit bigger that way. I can enlarge it that way. Or we can even resize it the way we want. We can size it the way we want. For example, I can even minimize it that way and place it somewhere. Then, of course, we have to click on the Save button to save our changes. And then once we are done, we click on Close Master View. But let's see how it looks like. Let me click on Print Preview. That's our slide. Let me go back. And then once you're done, you can click on Close Master View. There we are. So we have been able to adjust our placeholder. As you have seen, my dear students and the rest of the learners, and you can make further changes that you want. We can also change the notes or handouts background. Now, to change the background handout or to change the background for our notes page or our notes pages, as well as the handouts background, you click on the View menu and then you click on Notes Master or Handout Master. Then click on Background Styles button and select Format Background. From the Format Background task pane, select your field type and a field and set the other options as needed. Then you click on Apply and close Master View. The following is a demonstration on how to change the notes or handout background in a presentation by the name Introduction to MLSwap. So just as a recap, for us to be able to change, for example, the background color for our notes page, or this time around, we can have it as our handout page. For our handouts, you click on the View menu, and then you click on Notes Master or Handout Master. Let me click on Handout Master now. Then from there, we can click on Background Styles, this button here. And then you can, for example, click on Format Background. From the Format Background task pane, this one, which is on my right hand side, you can click, for example, on solid fill. Then choose a color and a color. Let me choose, for example, this color. And then I can click on apply to all. I can do the same for the notes page, that is notes master. So let me click on close master view for the handout. I can also do the same. Under there, I can click on the view menu and then click on notes master. Under the notes master, I can click inside here and then I can choose, for example, background colors and choose gradient fill. Then I can choose a different color. I can even decide to choose pattern fill or a picture fill like that one. And then I can click on apply to all. So you can see that I've been able to change the background color or the background. Then I can click on close master view. Let me click on view menu again and then click on notes master. You can see we have been able to apply our background. If I wanted to change background for handout, I'll click on close master view, click on view menu, then click on handout master. Then under the handout master, I can change the color the way I want. For example, I can again click on picture or texture, and then I can change it the way I want. For example, I can click on texture here and choose that texture. And then I click on apply to all. Then to go back, I can click on close master view. So that's how you change the background for your notes page as well as the handout. In addition, you can apply a color scheme to notes or handouts. To apply a color scheme to notes or handout, master view, you click on the view menu and select either notes master or handout master. Then you click on colors buttons drop down arrow. Select the color scheme of choice, then click on apply or apply to all. You close format background task pane by clicking on its close button. And then you close master view by clicking its close button. So the following is a demonstration on how to apply a color scheme to notes or handouts in a presentation by the name Introduction to Emily Swap. So for us to go to the notes master, you click on the view menu and then you can click on notes master. While here, you can click on colors. This is where we have the color scheme. So you can choose the color scheme here. So click on colors and choose the color scheme of choice. I like this color scheme, red orange. So I can scroll to red orange and click it. If I wanted to change, let me close the background color here. That is format background. If I wanted to change or set color schemes for my master, that is handout master, I have to close the master view for my notes. So let me close master view. And then I can click on the view menu again. And then this time around, I click on handout master that way. From there, I can click on the colors here and choose a color scheme of my choice. This time round, I can choose this color scheme called Emily Swap for my handout. So I can click that. And that's how you change or you set the color schemes for your notes as well as for your handouts pages. Once you are done, you click on Close Master View to go back to your presentation. You click on View menu and click on Normal View. And that's where we are. You can see that some of the backgrounds that we set have affected our entire presentation. Always remember to click on Save button. Another task that we can perform is to add headers and footers to notes or handouts. To add headers and footers to notes or handouts, you click on View menu and select either Notes or Handouts Master. To add an header or a footer, click on the respective placeholder and type your header and or footer. Click on Date and Time placeholder and then click on Insert menu. Click on Date and Time button, then click on the date and time format of choice. To update date and time automatically, click on the checkbox for Update Automatically. Click on the page number placeholder and then click on page number. Then click on Apply to All. Finally, click on Close Master View. The following is a demonstration on how to add headers and footers to notes or handouts in our presentation by the name Introduction to MLSwap. So while in your presentation, like in this presentation called Introduction to MLSwap, you click on the View menu and then click on Notes Master. Then while here, you can see we have the placeholder for the header. So we have the placeholder for the header here, and we have for the date. So under header, we can type our header, like, let me type decide by then JM. Then for the date and the time, I can click here and change the date or time, but this time round, let it remain this way. Then if we scroll at the bottom, we have the footer. So under footer here, I can type, for example, email, or I can type phone. Contact phone is 0717-111-051. Make it even bold if you want it to, and change its color that way. Then we have this placeholder here for the time, but that is for the page number. So you can still retain it or change it, just as we learned in our previous tutorials on headers and the footers in presentations. You can even click on Home and make the page number bold. You can change its color. For example, that color. If you wanted to have our date updating automatically, we need to click on Insert menu and then click on Date and Time. Choose our format. For example, this format. And then for it to be changing automatically, you click on the checkbox for Update Automatically and click OK. You can see that our date format has changed. You can even click on Home menu. You can click on Home menu and make it bold. And then once you are done, you click on Notes Master and click on Close Master View. That is for the notes. If you want to do the same for the handouts, you click on the View menu, click on Handout Master. Under the Handout Master, you can click on the header placeholder and type also like beside by May AM. The date for the header, the foot for the time and date can remain that way. You can see you can have different headers and the footers for handout and for the notes pages. So below here, under footer, I can add something else. For example, let me insert a small picture there. I can click on pictures and then get a picture like this one and click insert. And then I have to make it to be very small. I have to minimize it, make it very small so that it is able to fit under the footer. Let's see whether it will be accommodated or it will be accepted. Make it as small as possible. And then I can drag it and place it inside the page footer there. Do you think the picture is good for the footer? Somehow yes, somehow no. Let me remove it. You click on it and press the delete key. And then I can have my contacts here. Again, phone 077, that is 0786 0786 111 160. Page number, I can see they are repeated, so I can delete some of them, or I can delete the whole of that content. Place a click on insert menu and then slide number. That way. Always click on save button. And then to close my handout master, I'll click on handout master and click on close master view. If I click on the view menu and then I click now on handout master, that's how it will look like. I can close master view. And that's how you can change the headers and the footers for notes pages and handout master or handouts. Remember, you can always remove headers and footers from your notes and handouts if you don't need them. To do that, you click on View menu and select either Notes or Handouts Master. Clear the checkboxes for any of the options. That is date and time, page number, header, or footer, and then click Apply to All. The following is a demonstration on how to remove headers and footers to notes or handouts in the presentation by the name Introduction to MLSwap. So if I want to remove a header or a footer from my notes pages, I'll click on the View menu and then click on the Notes Master. Now, what don't I want here? What do I not need? I can remove, for example, I can remove the phone number from here. So what I need to do is to click inside this placeholder and press the delete key to remove that footer or my text from the footer. I can also remove Designed by MMGM from there because my slides already have that. So I can click on delete. And then I have to click on save button. I can even decide to move this page placeholder, page number placeholder from where it is, and then I can drag it towards the center. If I want it to be on the center or at the center of my handout, I can even resize it the way I want. So I can click on it that way and then resize the placeholders that way. I can even change the size by clicking or selecting on it, then clicking on the home and then increasing the font size, for example, to 14, and even changing the color for example, to blue. Then always remember to click on Save button to save your changes. I can also do the same for my handouts. So I can click on Notes Master menu, and then I can click on Close Master View. Then I can click on View menu, and then click Handout Master. From there, I can remove what I don't want. For example, I can remove the sign by, or this time around, I can remove the date. So I can click on that placeholder and select the content and remove it that way. Then I can click on Save button, then click on Close Master View to go back to my normal presentation. Then I can click on Save button to save my changes. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of part 24 of the 25-part series of tutorials in the presentation or in the series. You can continue to part 25 of 25, in which we are going to learn on how to print slides, notes, and handouts. Congratulations for learning part 24 of 25 on creating notes, pages, and handouts in creating presentation series. You can access the rest of the parts in the series as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on MNSWAP ICT YouTube channel below this video. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write to us through the email mnswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.